If you ask the average Naruto watcher, hey, what do you think about these samurais? He's gonna say, what? Samurais? In what show? And you're gonna say, in Naruto. And they're gonna say, what? Samurais in Naruto? I don't remember that. And yes, you wouldn't, because the samurais are barely in the story. Which begs the question, why do they even exist in the Naruto series? We are first introduced to these samurais in Naruto in the 5 Kage Summit Arc, when all the 5 Kages go to the land of snow to have their summit. We then find out that the military force in this land is not made up of ninjas, but of samurais, which are also people who are able to use chakra, but they have different types of abilities, and they wear this samurai-like armor, with masks and all that for the cold, I think. Okay, we hadn't seen that before, but still, it could be somewhat interesting. What's gonna be different about them? They use chakra in their swords, and, that's it. That's what they do. These are the samurais. Really cool, huh? They serve absolutely no purpose in the Naruto story. They are there just to be cool, I suppose. I think Kishimoto had a bit of a crush on samurais. He even later does that Samurai 8 series that flopped, but still, we can see in Naruto that he liked samurais and he wanted to include them in the story, but Naruto's a story about ninjas. Of course, there's the cliche of the ninja versus samurai, which is completely incorrect historically. If you don't know, samurais could also be ninjas. It's not a mutually exclusive thing. But I'm not here to give you a history lesson. You can Google it later if you want to find out more about what samurais were actually like. It's just that it doesn't make sense for you to introduce such a broad concept on your series if you're not going to develop it any further whatsoever. It's just going to make the story bloated and pointless with those things. What is a ninja in the Naruto series? Well, it's not exactly the same as a ninja in our world, even the stereotypical ninja, no. The ninja in the Naruto world is a military person, a person that does missions of military nature. And if you introduce samurai into that equation, it's so weird. It's like introducing a new type of soldier in the world, a new type of category. Like Soldier 2, there you have it, a new type of thing. It doesn't make sense if you're not trying to structure a story revolving around different types of factions that have different types of abilities and inherently very different philosophies. It doesn't even make sense for you to include this very distinct type of character in the story. Every single major character has been a ninja so far, and now we have samurai. We've never heard about them before, and they're here for whatever reason. Now maybe there's something you're going with this, but clearly there wasn't. The samurais did absolutely nothing from the moment they were introduced. They were just slaughtered by Sasuke. Sasuke was just cleaving through them as though they were nothing, which doesn't really bode well for them because, yeah, Sasuke is very strong there, but they're not putting up any resistance whatsoever. So if you wanted to set them up as semi-competent, you should have at least had Sasuke struggle a little bit with them, maybe? And then their jutsus are so boring, they just use chakra and their swords, that's what they do. They don't do anything whatsoever during the War Arc, they're useless, they don't fight any notable opponents, just white Zetsus. The only samurai we get a name for is Mifune, which is a complete one-note character that serves no purpose whatsoever in the story either. He doesn't really have a backstory that's noteworthy. His powers are just as bland as the other samurai. He has the sword, and that's it. And sure, he fights Hanzo. Wow, you fought Hanzo, a guy no one cares about. And people say, well, he fought against the sun and he's strong, but no, Hanzo's kind of fodder. He is kind of inconsequential too. And it's kind of annoying because the Allied Shinobi Forces is made up by the 5 great nations and the samurai, a faction of characters that was introduced in the previous arc, while the 5 nations was introduced in like chapter 5 or something. This is supposed to be something climactic for the universe itself, and the samurai are just kind of there. They have no right to be there. Like, why do they even exist in the story? Because they don't do anything. A very important rule for storytelling is that if there's something in your story that's not doing anything, it's not gonna be missed if you remove it. Just remove it. The samurai should have just been another village of ninjas. Kishimoto obviously wanted to make an arc in the snowland, which is cool because snow is nice to look at in the manga. You can make for interesting composition shots, a different type of aesthetic for the background and all that, so that's all fine. He would have to introduce a new village anyway to explain away why they are in the snow right now. We've never been in the snow before, so we're here in the snow in this new country with another village that we haven't seen before, but they were there. Just make them ninjas. They don't have to be samurai. And then maybe you can even use ice-style jutsus because they are in the land of snow. That would make a lot of sense. Ice style is very lacking in the Naruto series. The only character that ever uses it is Haku. Now sure, it's a Kage Genkai, something rare, and also we saw that the users of Ice Style were hunted down in the Mist Village, but this is not the Mist Village, this is the Snow Village. And things could have been different there. They could have more Ice Style users, just like in the Cloud Village, for instance. They have a billion Storm style users. They have Ranton left and right there. And if you think about it, ice is such an iconic piece of elemental style abilities throughout the entire fantasy genre. As to why Naruto uses it so little, it kinda baffles me. Sure, Haku was very cool, his jutsus were nice, and the ice style looked amazing when it was on panel, but it was in the first arc of the series and we never get ice style before. And those stupid movies where Naruto, Kakashi and all that, they go to film a literal movie in the Naruto verse, they don't count because they're filler, of course. And even though those movies are filler, the ice style also looks cool in those. So yeah, that was a very interesting opportunity for you to use ice style in another village with more ninjas. And oh, okay, maybe these guys can join in with the alliance. But that brings up another problem. If another small village of ninjas joins the alliance, the other villages like the Rain Village, the Grass Village and all that, they should have also joined. And yes, this is a thing that should have happened. Every single village in the series that wasn't an outright evil village like the Sound Village should have joined the alliance because it was a joint effort to destroy the greatest evil that this world has ever faced in the War Arc. So make this new shinobis of the Snow Village join, and also the others from the Waterfall Village, the Grass Village and all that. It would have been pretty interesting. The Snow Village can still serve as the mediators for the conflict between the 5 Kage there in the summit, but they don't have to be samurai. You're going to introduce this new concept in the series that you're not going to explore one bit. Just to have different looking characters with a type of armor and a design that's not really familiar to us. You can achieve the same exact result by making them ninjas that use ice style abilities. And maybe you can argue that if a lot of ninjas have ice style, then Haku wouldn't feel as unique and as special, which is true from a certain perspective, but Haku had an even more special type of ice style jutsu. The mirrors were not something I would imagine any ninja in this world with ice style would be able to pull off. It would be something unique to Haku. You could instead come up with other types of ice style abilities, just like Kishimoto did for several types of wood style abilities, for example. Another Kage Genkai, which sure a lot of people have wood style because of Hashirama cells and all that, but you can introduce more variation to the ice style in the series if you were to do that instead of samurais, which weren't worked at all in the story. Did you notice that after they reunite to fight the Ten Tails again, when the alliance comes back together, we don't even see the samurais anymore? Maybe they're all dead, or maybe Kishimoto just forgot they were in the story because they were so useless and inconsequential. So this is never a good sign. It would have been much better for the Naruto story if the samurai were replaced with another faction of ninjas. But still, this isn't the worst sin you can ever commit. Maybe Kishimoto had an idea for the samurais and he just thought, well, maybe I don't have time, or maybe this won't even fit in the War Arc anymore, so I'm just gonna leave them be and they're gonna be whatever, I don't care. I'm just gonna make Samurai 8, it's gonna be great. No, it's gonna flop, unfortunately for him. Subscribe to this channel if you enjoy my content, please. It really helps me out. Also, watch this other video right here for more Naruto content as well. And like this video too, to help me with the YouTube algorithm so we can spread for more people. Thank you so much for watching.